Hey gang, Jesse and Ray over here at EC Auto Repair.
How are y'all doing?
Great, Ray. How are you?
Doing great.
So, seen a video the other day of you and Travis doing an arm wrestling thing, right?
Yes, that was fun.
That was fun.
I was sore for days.
Sore for days.
Yes,
Who won?
I did.
How did that feel?
It felt good.
Felt good, right?
Yeah.
So,
Still the champion in the shop.
The reigning arm wrestling champion, right? Hey, we'll get you the link for that video for the arm wrestling. It only took him like 4 minutes to whoop up on the other guy in the shop, but well worth, you know, the entertainment is free, my friends. The entertainment's free. Yeah. Okay. So what are we doing, Ray?
We're gonna spray this battery acid cleaner on here. Clean up this acid on here, and then we're gonna break these bolts loose.
We got lots of corrosion,
yeah,
right?
We got corrosion built up underneath here and around the terminal. There was old pads put on here, anti-corrosion pads, but they look like they're really old.
That battery looks like it's older than you and me put together.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how old it is. Maybe we can find out once it's
2019.
Oh, so 6 years?
6 years, yes, sir.
Yeah. How long does a battery usually last?
About 3 years.
Yeah. Unless it's a AAA battery.
Unless it's a AAA battery.
And it lasts longer. Oh. So that foam turns pink, does its magic.
Yeah, it's turning pink. That's
It's like
that corrosion.
So did you like science in school?
Yeah, that was my favorite subject.
So like this is just a giant science experiment. So.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
All right, let's get on this battery. We're gonna break these terminals loose.
You got 3 cables going to one thingy, right?
Yep.
Is that a thingy or is that a terminal? Yeah, you got all kinds of different sizes going on there.
Yes, I do.
So can a person could literally do this job themselves, right?
Yes, it's a very easy job.
Like the biggest thing, what's the biggest thing that could go wrong?
Touching your terminals together.
Yeah, if you put the red one on the negative, that would be a bad deal,
yeah,
right?
You could fry your computer, ruin the whole car.
But ruin the whole car.
Yeah.
What?
Fry
Go up and smoke like a Tesla or what?
Yeah, or at least the battery will.
Probably make a pretty
know
good.
What to do.
Pretty big spark, right?
Yep.
All right, so step 1, we're going to do exactly what Ray's doing. He first started off by spraying some cleaner on the corrosion, simply because, well, we're replacing the battery, and we're actually gonna replace this terminal right here. The reason we're replacing it is the corrosion has nearly ate all the way through right here, right? So the metal's not very thick, and there's not very much metal left right there of that battery terminal. So we ordered a new one of these, and also this screw is just it's all corroded up there. So this terminal's like $6, and you know you have to take that off, right? You just leave that on there. We're just gonna take it off over here, right? We got our positive cables right here, okay? And so we'll go ahead and spray some more cleaner on it, so the cleaner can be working. The cleaner, we're gonna spray both sides, okay? And we use the BG cleaner, right? You can actually use Coca-Cola. You can use baking soda water. You can go to the parts house and you get some battery cleaner, right? But we're just gonna let that sit there and do its magic. We're still gonna hit it with the wire wheel to get all the hard stuff off, but it's really the equivalent of doing like a deep teeth cleaning or something like that. So, all right. So now we got all those. So. So you pull the old battery out. It's always important to take the plastic protectors off the battery, right?
Yep. You ain't getting no connection if you don't.
And you want it put in the same way, right? So if you remember, the positive was right here, negative was right here. It's possible to turn this battery around, but then your cables won't reach. There's some batteries that the posts are going to be reversed, so if you bought the wrong battery by chance, you just want to make for sure. You want to make for sure that you're hooking up the positive to the positive, negative to negative. Same way when you're jumping a vehicle too. You always want your positive to positive, negative to negative. It just works out better that way. Way less sparks.
This is our ignition and battery terminal sealer. We spray this on here to help seal the terminals, keep them from leaking.
Keep any corrosion from building up,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Keep water repelling off, because guess what? Driving down the road behind a semi truck during a rainstorm, a little bit of moisture gets in the engine compartment area, right? So this will keep any corrosion from building up. Love it. Now what you got there?
You get your battery terminal pads that I was talking about that the
yeah.
old one had.
Yeah, cushions, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
They work about the same as the spray does.
Those have some grease in them, right? And they keep corrosion from building up. There's actually a seal. There's a seal right there underneath that, right? So one of the mistakes that a lot of people make, even technicians, because they just didn't know, hadn't been trained, but it's real easy to want to just hammer the terminal down on the post, right? When that happens, it breaks that seal where this post goes through the plastic. It breaks that seal, allows battery acid to come out, and then that's what creates the corrosion. So you just want the terminal opened up, push it down on there till it's nice and tight, and then you can tighten it up. And it don't need to be over tightened. It's always good that whenever you're using wire brush, to wear safety glasses. There's pieces of corrosion flying off, especially if you're going to use your power wire wheel. You may not have a power wire wheel in your do-it-yourself kit, but because we do battery installs every day, we got power tools to help with the service. How many sets of eyes do we get in a lifetime, Ray?
Two. Only two.
Only 2 sets?
One
set. Trick question,
yeah.
huh? Yeah. So I advise you to wear glasses only to cover the eye you want to keep.
Well, hopefully I keep both of them.
Oh, so you should wear a complete set of glasses.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we got going on here?
I might need to widen out my...
You might need to widen up your thing, yeah. So loosen it up, and then you got your widener tool out here, don't you? Yeah, so as y'all seen, there was quite a bit of resistance. That new terminal did not want to fit the urge. And listen, I get it. The urge is, oh, just take a hammer it down. No, don't do that. Bad. Very, very bad. Very bad. So he's going to get a tool. We got a special tool that's actually going to open up the terminal so that it'll slide down on there like it's supposed to. And we'll show you that here in just a few seconds. But now look, no corrosion, right? All nice and clean, making a good connection. No corrosion. We're gonna actually go ahead and spray sealer on these two once it gets them installed. So Mr. Ray, we're gonna do the positive side first, right? Is that how you do every battery, or just this one?
No, that's how you do every battery.
You do every battery. So you're doing great work there, sir. So show us. Did you open it up yet? The terminal?
Yeah, I squeezed it open a little bit, but I'll show you how it works.
You squeezed it open?
So,
see, that looks like a tackle. Like you use that tool when you go fishing too?
Yeah, it almost looks like pliers hook out of a fish's mouth.
Yeah. But it's not, right? It's literally...
You stick it in there, and you just kind of squeeze this open and open up that terminal a little bit. And you do the same thing on the bottom.
On the bottom side? So is the positive bigger or smaller than the negative?
It is bigger, not much.
The positive is a little bit bigger than the negative. Most of the time they're universal though, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, let's put a little sealer on that too, right? Because we don't want any resistance from corrosion. Here, let's do it one at a time before you put the nut on. So you just want it snug, right? Like you don't want it torqued down so tight that
it's gonna break.
Your grandma can't get it off, right? Just like 24 inch pounds or something like that. It's all on the wrist.
Yes, sir.
Of course, then what happens after we put the battery in? Go check the clock.
Yep, make sure everything's right. The clock's probably gonna be wrong, so we have to set it.
You have to set the clock. Make sure it starts, right?
Yep. If it doesn't start, then we definitely did something wrong.
You know, one of the things that we deal with especially this time of year when we start getting hot, is we tow in a lot of vehicles that lose an alternator. The alternator quits charging the battery, and more often than not, in that failure, whenever that failure happens, as the alternator is checking out, it usually burns up the battery as well. So more often than not, we have to do a battery and an alternator. And then of course we'll do the same thing. We'll do the protection detail. Get all those connections nice and clean. Oh, we got lights coming on. Lights, camera, action. I believe we're getting somewhere, folks.
And now we need a different size.
There's 3 sizes on this truck just for this battery. Most cars only have 1 size or maybe 2, right? But this one literally took 3 sizes and an extra terminal and a battery. Look at that. It says making sure it can't move, making sure everything's nice and tight. See? See, this type of terminal, it's just flimsy when it's brand new, right? But that's the way that Ford made it, right? And then this particular battery just sits in there. It doesn't have a hold down on top, right?
It's got a little, what I would say is a diaper. Holds it on there.
A diaper. Okay. All right. Well, let's see if she starts. Listen to all this power come to life. Oh, gotta love power. Clear. So what we're listening for there is you want to listen for a really strong start, really strong crank. If it cranks over really slow or there's some other issues going on, then maybe those will have to be determined. Then the other thing we'll do is you'll either check the gauges or stick an actual multimeter on here. All right, hope this helps. We'll see y'all in the very next video.